Hi guys, this is Sadik from troubleshooting.com. In this video, we'll show you what is the download and patch a file feature of Magisk Alpha build. So as you could see by the name, this feature will automatically get the stock firmware for you from your phone, then extract the boot or the init boot file depending on the firmware, and even patch the file. Just a one click is required. Choose this feature, tap on let's go. It will get the file from the URL which you give it to him. Then it will extract the boot file or the init boot file, then patch the file via Magisk. You simply have to flash it via boot command and then you will obtain root. Let me show you how this could be done. First and foremost, please get the URL of the firmware. It should be the full stock firmware, or if not possible, get the full OTA file. But incremental OTA will not work. Either use the full OTA or the full firmware file. So with that said, currently I'm using a Nothing Phone 2 and I'll now show you the steps. So I might be having the links on my phone only. Backup links are over here. So for now, I'm using the full firmware link for the Nothing Phone 2. Let's just copy it for now. Once that is done, make sure to use the same firmware which is there for your phone. You could verify the same from the phone's build number. It should exactly be same as your phone's build number only, nothing different. As you could see, this is the build number for my case, 261225 and 40B1. So it should be exact same firmware build number. Once you have got it for your phone, copy the link. And then after that, also increase the stream timeout to maximum if that is not the case. And if the display gets turned off in between, then the entire process will fail. So please go to the settings menu. From there, go to display and you will see the screen timeout feature. Either choose to never or the maximum time which is available. In my case, it's a 30 minutes. So it's now fine. After that, install the Magisk Alpha build from my guide onto your phone, then launch it. This is the UI as you could see. And now we'll try to obtain root by this feature. So first off, tap on install. Then you could see the new feature, download and patch a file. Choose it. From here, paste the URL, tap on OK, then tap on let's go. And you will now see it will first get the entire firmware, extract it, and then use the file accordingly for the boot or the init boot file. You could see in my case it's a Nothing Phone 2, which uses the boot file only. So it will try to find the file, found partition boot as you could see. Now extract the file and please make sure that the phone's display does not get turned off. You must tap on the screen as well. And this will take usually around a minute at the very max. And after that, you will get the patch file. It will first it will get the file, find the file, extract the file from the firmware, and then patch it as well. So you only have to patch it via boot command and your task is then complete. Just give it a few more seconds. So guys, as you could see, the process is now complete and we have got the files in the download folder. Now let's flash it by boot and obtain root. So let's get started. So let's first verify if the file is there on our phone or not in the downloads folder. Okay, let's enable file transfer. It's enabled. Have a look at via the PC only. So open your phone from here, go to the folder of downloads and then verify the patch file. This is the patch file which we have just got. Let me still verify it once. File name is ending with KJS. Okay, it's the same file as you could see. Now copy the file on your phone and then get the Android SDK from my article, platform tools folder, which is over here. Extract it onto your PC and you will get the following files as you could see. Now do one thing, copy the patch file from here, paste the file inside platform tools folder and do a renaming. Rename it to something shorter. Let's rename it to MP, which stands for Magisk Patch. And now it's fine. After that, you will have to enable USB debugging and OEM unlocking. You have to unlock the phone as well, which is quite obvious. For unlocking, if you don't know, you may have an article how to unlock the phone's bootloader. So get that job done as well. And now let's boot the phone to fast boot mode. In my case, the USB debugging is already turned on. So for that, go to settings, about phone, tap on build number 7 times. Then go back, go to system, dev options, enable OEM unlocking and USB debugging. Then unlock the phone. And after that, simply type in the command of 8. Okay, let's open a new CMD window. For a fresh start, type in CMD over here, hit the enter key, ADB devices and hit enter. You could see we're having this ID. Now command is ADB reboot bootloader and hit enter. The phone should now be in the fast boot mode. This will take just a few seconds. So let's wait for that to complete. And after that, you must simply copy paste the command from my article. If your phone is using the boot file, use the first command. If it's the init boot file, use the second command. Just change the file name accordingly. In our case, the file name is mp.img. And this is the boot and init boot. In my case, we're using the boot file. So let's use the first command for that. Copy it from here. Paste it here. Rename the file to the mp. hit enter. Flashing will take just a few seconds. And once that is complete, type in the command fastboot reboot, hit enter, and the phone should now boot to the OS. In some cases, you might have to do one more step, which involves doing a direct install from Magisk. We will have to verify that first, if that is the case with our phone or not. So once that is complete, once you are inside the OS, please first off launch the Magisk Alpha app and then see if you get any prompt or not. If you get any prompt, in that case, you will have to do a direct install. But that only happens sometimes on some phones. Still, let's first verify. That's very important. And after that, I'll show you a couple of more tricks of this feature. But let's first open the Alpha app. Once the phone boots to the OS, give it some time and then launch the app. The Alpha app is here, and let's see if we get any prompt or not. This only happens on some phones and on some firmware build. Okay, we have got a prompt. In that case, tap on OK. Then choose direct install. It's very important. Tap on let's go. And then after that, tap on reboot. And with this, we have now obtained root successfully. Let's just wait for the phone to boot to the OS. And with this, we are now inside the OS. So let's now launch the Magisk app. And now we should have obtained root. You could see we have obtained root, no issue whatsoever. So you might ask, how does the Alpha app know whether to give the boot file or the init boot file? Well, generally, as you might be aware, if your phone came with Android 12 or older version, you have to use the boot file. If it came with Android 13 or higher version, use the file of init boot. But how does this rule is known by Magisk Alpha? Well, it does not know that rule. What it does is simply it check the firmware. If your phone only has the boot file, if you just give the boot file, but if it has a file of init boot as well and the boot, in that case, it will just give you the init boot file. So just to repeat, if the phone's firmware have both the files of boot and init boot, you will get the file of init boot. If the phone just have the boot file, then in that case, quite obviously, you will only get the boot file. For example, as of now, my Nothing Phone 2 firmware had only the boot file. So I got the boot file. Now if I use a firmware which has both the file of boot and init boot, in that case, I will get the file of init boot. Let me show you how. So I am having a Nothing Phone 3 firmware, which has the init boot slot in its phone. Now if I try to use that firmware, install that, download and patch a file, the firmware for the Nothing Phone 3, tap on OK. Let's go. It will now see the firmware, find both the files, the boot and the init boot. And in that case, it will give me the file of init boot. That's quite great. Let me just show you that as well. So the OTA package is currently being checked. And you could see, found the partition init boot. So if there are both the slots of boot and init boot, you will get the file of init boot. If the phone only has the boot slot, in that case, you will only get the boot file, which is quite obvious. So that is the rule which is follows. And you could see, this was very fast. We have got the patch file of init boot on our phone, and we could now flash it by fastboot command. So now you may ask whether the extraction of our firmware is done locally or not. In other words, are the firmware stored on our phone? Well, no, these firmwares are not on your phone. For example, I just did for the Nothing Phone 2 and Phone 3, but let me show you. I don't have the firmware onto my phone. It's not stored there. All is done on the clouds only. That's quite a great feature. Your space is not being exhausted by this process. You only get the file of boot or init boot patch file and nothing else. You will not get the entire firmware onto your phone. That's not stored on your phone locally. That is done on the clouds only. That is something great to see. Then apart from that, if you try to extract the incremental OTA, that will not work. So always use the full OTA or the full firmware. It's recommended to use the full firmware, but you may also use the full OTA. But please don't use the incremental OTA. If you try to do so, for example, if you try to use an incremental OTA on your phone, I have a URL incremental OTA for Nothing Phone 2. Now if I try to do the job, install, patch of file, URL, okay, let's go. Then you will see the issue with this. Installation failed, unsupported, suppression type, source copy. This means that you're using an incremental OTA and not the full OTA or the full firmware. So please don't do so. And finally, this process might not work on all the phones because I just tried it on my Pixel phone as well. The Pixel factory image from the official source, let me show you. Google has all the factory image for our phones, for the Pixel phone. Let's try to use for my backup phone, which is the Pixel 6a Blue Jay. And let's use a URL. Let's say this one. Click on link, copy link address. Let's now transfer the link onto our phone. Just give me a second. Via local send, it's Tidy Blueberry. Let's send it, paste it. And this is the one. Let's copy it. And now if I try to use this on the Magisk Alpha build, let's try to use it. Direct install, recommend. Okay, no. Patch of file, URL, tap on OK. Let's go. And this will fail because I don't know why it's not able to use from the official Pixel phone. So that did not work. Error reading the zip file from the OS. So I tried nothing phone, it's working, but from a Pixel phone, it's not working. So keep this point in mind. And that is just about it. If you have any query, let me know in the comment section. And thank you for watching the video.